if you're arrested for a crime, any crime, the best strategy to use is to sit down and think of uh, hundreds of questions that you want your attorney to ask you, and you get on the stand and demand that attorney ask you these questions. You'll sit down, you'll write out a list of questions. Then these questions are going to be questions that prove you're innocent. Um, don't sit there and wait for this lawyer to question the state's so-called victim and expect that you're going to get the truth coming out of that victim, because the state is always going to win when the state puts a witness up there, and the state is using that witness as a platform to get the message across to the media or to the jury. So if you get up there yourself, you're getting your message out to the jury. And that's why you need to, let's take the issue of firearms. I'm a convicted felon. If I'm arrested for a firearms charge, which in North Carolina under state law and federal law, I'm permitted to own black powder firearms, so there's no possible way for me to be arrested for owning a firearm. Well, let's say that a woman lied on me and said I attempted to sexually assault her. Okay, the way I would handle that, I would get on the stand and I would say, well, you know, Lisa was, and I was talking on the phone for hours and hours and hours and into the early morning, and I would talk dirty to her and play her fantasies out, and she would lay there and touch herself till early in the morning, and then I would go on and on and on and say, well, on the day that she came over to my place and so-called alleged that I attempted to sexually assault her, she came over there to pick up some things, and I refused to give her her money. She had a couple of $1,000, and she told me that if I didn't give it to her, I was going to go to jail. You see, you have to bring out the truth, and the way you get the truth out is you don't get it out there by questioning the state's witness. You get it by having your attorney ask you questions on the stand so you can tell your story that way. Trust me. Don't just hope the lawyer will figure all this out. Most lawyers won't even think about doing this. And this is the best tactic that you can use. And always be ready to counter answer that prosecutor. Prosecutors are dirty snakes. They're tricky. So when that prosecutor tries to trip you up when you're on the stand, have 10 answers for him that proves that this fool is falsely charging you with a crime.